Hey little artist, Byrdie here, and I am doing a quick video on painting your door hanger project for your little joy box. This month we are doing a beach theme, and your door hanger is this really fun beach ball. So I've got all my supplies ready, and when you're getting ready to paint, make sure that you have a water cup to rinse your paintbrushes, a rag for cleanups and to squeegee the water or squeeze the water out of your brushes. You also want to have your paints ready. You can use the tray to hold your paints, or you can carefully dump some paint out on your tray. Once you have everything ready, you are set to go. So let's get started here. So I've got my brushes. I've actually got two sets here. I'm gonna just throw one away. All the pieces on your beach ball are fairly large sections. On your beach ball, you have all these lines that are scored into the wood. They act like a coloring book or your outline for painting. And if you accidentally paint over one of those lines, the great thing about the score marks is they will still show up, so you can easily fix it later if you want to. So I'm just going to start with a color here. I'm going to start with blue, and I'm using my largest brush because it is a big area. I want to be able to cover this area fairly quickly. And so we're just going to start filling in each of these sections of the beach ball. Remember, as you're painting and following along, I am just offering suggestions for you guys, guiding you to painting your piece. But you can paint your piece, your art, your door hanger, all of your items in your box your own way. You do not have to do what I do. You can use different colors, you can use different techniques. These are just different ways or different guides to help you get inspired. As you're working around the edges, just make sure that you go slow so that you take your time, and the more practice you get, the easier it will be to paint those straight lines. Okay, so we're going to do the next section, and I'm just going to pick up some pink here and do that. I kind of like to paint the inside of the color first, or the block or the area, and then move to the outside. And again, just going nice and slow. I'm just butting up my paintbrush right next to that line. And then I fill it in. Remember, as you're painting, sometimes it's easier to paint an area if you rotate the piece. So if it's more comfortable to turn it just a little bit so you can get your brush just right, then absolutely do that. All right, there we go. We've got blue, pink. I think I'll do, actually, I think I'm just going to do a blue and a pink ball. So I'm going to go back to blue. But you could do all the colors. You could, each little section could be a different color. You could do a all orange ball. So many different color combinations. And remember your color chart. If you want to try and mix a color that you don't have, maybe there's a green that you want, you could mix a little bit of blue and yellow together. And because this is a more of a light blue and a bright yellow, with the mix of these two colors, you're going to get kind of a lime green. Mixing colors is such a fun activity all by itself to experiment how different colors react to each other. Okay, so then these sections here are kind of on that back side of the ball. So this is looking at that top part of the ball, and then there's stripes that go all the way around the ball. So this one is going to be pink, and this one will be blue, and this one will be pink. So I'm going to flip my ball around and paint this little section back here blue. Okay, and now I'm going to wash my brush. Good swish, tap, tap, get that water off, and then we squeeze it in the rag to get all the water out of the brush. All right, so then we're going to paint this little section here pink. These sections on the back, if you want to use a smaller brush for the smaller areas, you can go ahead and switch brushes. Use the brush that's comfortable to you. Don't feel like you have to use the big brush just because I am. Okay, there we go. So I have a pink and blue striped ball. Now I have this little section at the top that I'm going to paint orange. This is just that little top piece of the ball. And then I have all of the lines of the ball. And I'm going to paint those white. Okay. So I'm going to switch to my smallest brush called the liner brush or the baby brush. It's got a nice small point, and I'm just going to come in and start painting my outlines here. Remember, you can always add in your own art tools that you have. If you wanted to use a marker at any point, sometimes with small detail lines, using a marker works really great. You can also use a crayon, a colored pencil. You can add designs to each little section. Maybe you want to have some polka dots on your ball. Well, as you're painting the outlines or these skinny little lines, if your paint isn't all dry on your sections of the ball, you want to be careful because it will drag that color into your white and you could possibly get a pink section or maybe a blue section. I have a couple areas that are a little bit pink because I accidentally pulled in some pink that wasn't dry, but that's okay. And there we go. There is our fun beach ball. And then we can write a phrase across. You could add, you know, your name on here, so it's your ball. You could do some fun designs. Let's see, I think I'll add just some little crosses on the blue part. Just for a fun little pattern. And a little X's, I guess, or plus signs. Okay, I'll just do a couple back here. There we go. That kind of added a fun element to the ball. And then I'm going to wash my brush and we'll add some polka dots to the yellow or the pink area. So I'm going to use the back of my brush. This is the larger brush. It's got the bigger handle, so it's going to make bigger polka dots. And we will add yellow polka dots to the pink area. There we go. That looks super fun, and once it all dries, once you get your entire ball painted with your patterns or your words, however you do that, let it dry, and then you're going to take your piece of string that comes in your kit. You've got your little hole here. You're going to string that through, and then you can hang your sign on your command hook that came with your starter kit. So I hope you enjoyed this painting activity. I love painting. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I'm so happy to share it with you. I will chat with you in the next video. Bye.